Prince Harry's Canada nightmare begins, and it is entirely self-inflicted. For a man who once basked in the warmth, admiration, and protective instincts of Canadians, he now arrives like an unwelcome guest at a party he abandoned, and has the audacity to wonder why nobody is clapping anymore. Let's not sugarcoat it. Canada isn't rolling out the red carpet. It isn't hanging "Welcome Home Harry" banners. If anything, the mood feels more like, "Oh, him again?" And why exactly are we supposed to care? All because of a baseball hat? No. The hat was merely the spark. The fuel has been building for years. Harry decided to re-enter Canadian space, a country that graciously sheltered him and Meghan during their dramatic escape phase, just days after publicly aligning himself with the Los Angeles Dodgers over the Toronto Blue Jays. The same Canada that gave him privacy, peace, and polite silence during his self-imposed exile from royal life now finds itself brushed aside for Hollywood-approved branding moments and LA loyalty. And then he dares to announce a Toronto trip as if nothing has changed. Canadians don't like being taken for granted. They don't like being treated like the friendly backup friend you call only when California isn't available. And they especially don't appreciate a royal who once preached duty, loyalty, and respect suddenly strutting around North America like a celebrity mascot auditioning for relevance. Harry didn't just choose a baseball team. He chose a side, the glitz of Los Angeles over the quiet dignity Canada offered him. And now Canada is choosing back. The irritation is palpable because it symbolizes something bigger than sports rivalry. It's about loyalty, the very virtue Harry once weaponized against his own family. Canadians remember his speeches about service, his claims of moral purpose, his dramatic exit framed as heroic self-liberation. They supported him then. They listened. Many even sympathized. But sympathy has an expiration date when gratitude never arrives. To show up now expecting applause while wearing the uniform of another city, another culture, and another lifestyle, after ditching royal responsibility, after branding his homeland as toxic, after abandoning the Commonwealth duties he once praised, is tone-deaf at best and arrogant at worst. And Canadians, usually patient and understated in their irritation, are suddenly loud about it. That alone should alarm Harry more than boos at a baseball stadium or awkward applause at a charity banquet. Canadians don't shout unless you really go out of your way to deserve it. The comments tell the story. People calling him spoiled, privileged, narcissistic. Citizens openly saying, "Stay away." Fans turned critics, supporters turned skeptics. Not out of petty fandom loyalty, but because they see a pattern, the prince who bites every hand that feeds him and still expects another hand to appear when he needs a photo op or public validation. He walks into Toronto as though Canadians have been waiting breathlessly, ignoring the fact that he and Meghan dropped the country cold the moment Hollywood doors opened. He's not there because he loves Canada or feels some return duty to the Commonwealth. He's there because it is convenient, headline-friendly, and, let's be blunt, safer ground when Britain remains cold and America sees him as celebrity light at best. Canada is tired of being the polite stepping stone in Harry's never-ending quest for identity and attention. There is also the bitter irony that his visit is tied to supporting veterans, a cause he once championed sincerely, before he weaponized his trauma in book deals and streaming interviews. Canadians still honor service. They honor sacrifice. They expect humility when one speaks on veterans' affairs. But Harry arrives with Netflix cameras never far behind, speaking about duty while wearing baseball hats and chasing Hollywood relevance. The contrast isn't flattering. Canada supported him once because he presented himself as a man seeking refuge from royal chaos. But that narrative collapsed the moment he and Meghan realized celebrity status pays better than dignity. Canadians don't hate Harry, they simply see him clearly now. A man who insists he's escaping privilege only to reinvent himself as a different kind of privileged figure. A man who wanted privacy but built a brand on public grievance. A man who speaks of service but seems to serve only his own narrative. A man who once inspired sympathy but now attracts eye rolls. This Toronto visit isn't warm nostalgia or a triumphant return. It is an awkward collision between a prince who thinks he's still adored and a nation quietly saying, "We've moved on." Why haven't you? The Dodgers hat was a symbol, not of sports preference, but of Harry's new allegiance to fame, glitz, and cultural performativity. Canada represented quiet dignity, LA represents flashy self-reinvention. Harry chose the latter, so why pretend he still belongs in the former? He cannot keep playing both sides, royal when he wants gravitas, celebrity when he wants applause, victim when he wants sympathy, international statesman when he needs a stage. That juggling act is collapsing, and Canada just delivered one of the clearest signals yet: the world is done pretending he hasn't changed. Prince Harry arrives in Toronto not as the beloved veteran prince he once was, but as a celebrity interloper testing his last pockets of international goodwill. And if this reaction is any indication, he should prepare himself. The applause is fading. The patience has evaporated. And Canada, gentle and polite as it usually is, has spoken with rare clarity. Thanks for stopping by. But we're not cheering anymore.